Notorious Boston mobster James Whitey Bulger was killed in prison Tuesday morning, marking the symbolic end to a dark era in Boston history. Bulger, serving 2 life sentences plus 5 years for his involvement in a long rap sheet of crimes, including over a dozen murders, had just been transferred to the West Virginia prison where he was killed. His arrest in 2011 and subsequent conviction in November 2013 coming after the mobster spent 16 years living on the land, passing much of the time in a modest apartment in Santa Monica, California with girlfriend Catherine Gregg, under the pseudonyms Charlie and Carol Gaskow. A neighbor in California described Bulger and Gregg, per a report by CNN, as quiet and polite people who sometimes helped her carry groceries. Bulger's true character, however, was quite different from the neighbor's impression, placing second only to Osama bin Laden on the FBI's most wanted list. Rising through the ranks of the brutal Winter Hill Gang in South Boston, the mob boss earned a reputation, according to the New York Times, for heinous acts of violence, from killing victims with a bullet between the eyes to strangling women who might betray him, and even extracting teeth from victims to stymie authorities' efforts to identify bodies. An FBI investigation into Bulger's death, while in prison custody, is ongoing, according to a report from CNN. President Trump sharing his intentions to end birthright citizenship during an interview with Axios on HBO released Tuesday. Trump decrying birthright citizenship, saying, quote, it's ridiculous, and it has to end quote. Trump claims he has the authority to end the practice with an executive order, despite birthright citizenship clearly guaranteed by the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle moving quickly to dispel the president's claims, including fellow Republican and Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, saying by phone, quote, well, you obviously cannot do that, end quote. Later in the call, Ryan adding, quote, as a conservative, I'm a believer in following the plain text of the Constitution, and I think in this case the 14th Amendment is pretty clear. The Boston Red Sox are World Series champions for the 9th time in franchise history, defeating the Los Angeles Dodgers 5-1 in Game 5 Sunday night to win the title for the first time since 2013. The parade honoring the World Series champions is set for Wednesday morning at 11. I'm Madeleine O'Shea reporting from Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts for BCTV. Thank you for watching this edition of Eagle Eye News. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.